I wanted to give y'all a little update since it has been 6 months since we have been here, as I was kind of in my vacation stage of like, I'm taking a break, but also I'm like, what's my next video gonna be about? I was like, oh my gosh, like it's been 6 months. And in the 6 months, I have learned a lot, seen a lot, experienced a lot. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Jaleesa if you're new here. And y'all, the holidays have come and gone, and honestly, I can definitely say that this year I experienced a little holiday blues. Christmas is my favorite holiday. Every year I take about 2 weeks off. It's probably the most leave I take throughout the year, just because I really love the Christmas holidays and I love spending time with my family. Most years, once the holidays start to die down, I definitely experienced a little bit of holidays blues. I think this year was definitely different when it comes to my holiday blues and holiday depression. A part of the sadness that I was experiencing had a lot to do with accepting the fact that my mom was going back home. She came to visit us for about 2 weeks, and it was so refreshing to have her here with us and to introduce her to a new experience. This was her first time traveling internationally. So once the 2 weeks was up and she had to go back home, it definitely impacted not only myself but Parker. Something else that I've realized that may also trigger my holiday blues and depressions is the fact that I've realized that while I'm off and I'm on leave, that I'm really getting a taste of the life that I'm ultimately striving and working towards. The life of having more freedom and control and flexibility in my schedule to really do the things that I enjoy. So being able to travel, create content, spend time with family, those are the things that ultimately, whenever I decide to retire, those are the things that I want to focus my time and energy on. So once the holidays come to a completion, it's almost like, okay, it's back to life, back to reality. Like, you got a little taste, now you got to go back to what your real day-to-day life is. And it's that constant reminder that, you know what, I don't want to sample. I want to really live this day in, day out, in an effort to try to get myself back to normal and shake the blues. I had a conversation with my husband and kind of picked his brain on if he'd ever experienced this. And while he said that he wasn't experiencing any type of post-holiday blues or depression, he tried to help me get through what I was feeling by just reminding me that despite it being a little difficult to come back to reality of going back to work and the reality of us not living close to our family, that we have to remember that we are truly blessed to be able to take the time that we can off to recharge, travel, and spend time with family. So with those words of wisdom and encouragement, I started doing the things that I needed to do to get back to normal. Something that has helped me to get out of the holiday blues is beginning to slowly transition back to my normal routine. It's almost like the holidays is a taste of the life that I want, but I had to remind myself that that day has not come for me to step away from my job and really fully immerse myself in content creation, as well as traveling and just being a full-time stay-at-home mom and homemaker. So let's go ahead and start slowly getting back into the routine. Transitioning back into my routine looks a lot like starting to meal prep, cleaning up my house, packing up the Christmas tree, doing these things. While it can be laborious at times and it's not the most exciting thing to do, it definitely just helps me to steady my brain and just slowly remind myself like, hey, it's okay. You'll be able to take some leave again. Christmas will come again, and eventually you will reach your fire goals and be able to retire. Not only does transitioning and getting back to the normal pace of things help me to get out of the post-holiday blues, but also focusing and looking forward to the upcoming future also helps me to get out of the post-holiday blues. I am embarking on my first spiritual fast, which I'm excited about. It's, for me, the next step in continuing to nurture my relationship with God. My husband and I have started planning out our trips for 2024, continuing to see Parker grow up and learn. Those are things that also help me get out of my post-holiday blues, looking forward to the future. Oh my gosh, y'all. If you are living the parent life, then you know we are in that stage where Parker does not want to go to sleep without someone in the bed with her. So that means we're either going to bed early or I'm sneaking out of the room like I did tonight. And it doesn't help. It is New Year's Eve, y'all. So they get popping out here with the fireworks. And it has been nothing but fireworks going off all day long. So I am hoping and praying she does not wake up. But I wanted to give y'all a little update since it has been 6 months since we have been here, as I was kind of in my vacation stage of like, I'm taking a break, but also I'm like, what's my next video gonna be about? I was like, oh my gosh, like it's been 6 months. And in the 6 months, I have learned a lot, seen a lot, experienced a lot. So I was like, what better way to kind of share how things have been going these first 6 months than to do a little refresh and have a little chitty chat. Talk. So let me tell y'all what's going on. Overall, bottom line up front, I am loving living here in Italy. I don't have that many complaints, I think. Since we have gotten here, we have moved into our place. I have created a video kind of detailing our whole moving process. So if you are just tuning into my channel and you kind of want to get an idea of what it is like, apartment / house hunting out here in Italy, check that video out. I have started work. Marcus is kind of full into the swing of things with his job, and Parker is in school. So pretty much everything is operating smoothly. Everything's up and moving like normal. We need a new couch. I'll let you all know that the Navy movers did a number on our couch. I'm sinking in it right now. So outside of getting a new couch, things are normal. So I wanted to give you all some of my pros and cons of living in Naples, Italy after 6 months. So one of the first pros is that Naples is a perfectly located travel hub. In our personal opinion, where Naples, Italy is located, it is very easy and convenient to get to all the other major Italian cities by train. We're an hour south of Rome, 3 hours south of Florence, 5 hours south of Milan. And leaving Italy, so far we have gone to Spain and Czech Republic, and those flights have only been 2 hours. And I feel like it's pretty standard for most of the European flights from Naples to be about 2 hours, maybe 3. I think maybe going to the UK, maybe about 3 hours, but I personally feel like it is a perfectly situated location to travel. And as a travel lover, it just it makes me so happy. Another pro that I really am growing to appreciate more and more as we are here in Naples is the food. The food is extremely fresh here. Going to the grocery stores and buying like fresh produce and stuff, like you have to eat it within like a few days to a week because it will spoil if you don't. And my husband and I both appreciate that, especially my husband. He's like a mini health nut. It's crazy because we went to Florence in my last video. We took a trip to Florence and we were just there for 2 days, and I think we like bought groceries like a day or two before we left, and literally some of the produce that we bought like had started spoiling by the time we got back. That's how fresh the food is. So definitely appreciate that. Something else that I am loving about living in Italy, and not just Italy but Europe as a whole, is just the mentality / way of life here seems very laxed. It seems very chill. I just feel like here in Naples, and I dare to say at least the parts of Europe that we have experienced, I feel like there is a relaxed way of life there isn't this hyper focus on work yourself to death. There's this sense, I feel like there's a balance between work and enjoying life. Oh, something else I really love is the fact that I feel like as a mother of a little one, I feel like being in Europe, awareness of like, hey, you have a small one. When you get on a bus, you have priority to a certain section because you have a stroller. When you get on a elevator, people will let you go first on the elevator unless there's someone who's handicapped, but people will let you go first. Being on the subway between Milan, Rome, Barcelona, all these 3 major cities, anytime we got on the subway and someone saw me on the subway holding Parker and Marcus, like trying to hold our stroller, someone always offered to get up to give me a seat. So, you know, I didn't have to stand carrying Parker. And I just really appreciate that about Europe. I do feel like they are very family oriented, and there is a value and appreciation on mothers and families. Now, there are a few cons that I have since moving out here. One is, as I was saying, Naples has character and I appreciate it. It is not like my favorite city in Italy thus far. Again, we have not made it to Venice yet. We have not made it to Sicily, and there's just other small like Italian areas that we haven't gone to. So I haven't gone to all the top popular places in Italy, but the few that I have gone to, Naples is not my favorite, is not my least favorite, I'll say that. So far my favorite place that we have gone to has been Milan, and I judge, when I say favorite or like when I rank places, I'm basing it based off of like, could I envision myself being here long term? Could I envision myself living here for a while? Could I envision making this place my home? In Italy, thus far, Milan has kind of checked off those boxes and have given myself and my husband like the warm and fuzzies. Milan was one of the places that we both enjoyed. So Milan is like our favorite place. But again, as much as Naples isn't at the top of my list, if it boiled down to it, I could stay in Naples for a long time. Like, I could. For all the positive things that I have already listed and then some, I could make Naples my home. So something else, another con about living here, I think it goes without saying, but not being close physically in proximity with family and friends. This Christmas definitely kind of drove that point home for me. With my mom coming out here for 2 weeks, it was great. Then when she had to go back home, it was like, oh, I so appreciate you being here, and I'm not necessarily ready for you to go back home. Like, why can't you stay out here a little bit longer or forever? So that kind of hit home, as well as like on Christmas Day having to call our families that are still back in the States. It definitely reminded me of the sacrifice that you make moving overseas. And lastly, another con is not connecting and not making friends. That it has been difficult trying to connect and make friends out here, but I will say I have to take 100% responsibility for it. It's me, y'all. I'm the problem. I say that because when it comes to connecting with the locals out here, I have just been dropping the ball with learning Italian. I have just not been doing a good job at it. Leading up to moving out to Naples, and even when we first got here, I was on it. I was on Duolingo, I was, listening to podcasts, I was watching YouTube videos, I was on it. But somewhere between like starting work and moving into our home, I just completely gave up. I just started to realize like I am not around a lot of like locals and Italians enough to really cement this in my head. But maybe that's an excuse. That's probably just an excuse I'm making up, and it's probably just me being lazy. I just wanted to give you all a quick 6 months like update on how things have been. Overall, I'm loving it out here. I have very few complaints. I'm enjoying my time out here. as we transition into 2024, I'm super excited about what the year will bring. We are going to take a little pause from traveling, like I stated, but we will be back at it for our anniversary in February. So super excited. Have to figure out where we're gonna go. I will say, y'all, we always schedule things last minute. We said we were gonna do better. Like, yeah, we're gonna schedule this one like in December, and we still have not booked that trip. So I don't know where we're going yet, y'all. But you're gonna wanna subscribe, because wherever we do go, you're not gonna wanna miss it. I have some more helpful videos for anyone who will be moving out to Naples in the near future. So you're not gonna wanna miss that. If you have any questions about living in Naples, whether you're coming out here as a military spouse or you're coming out here just because you want to move for school, whatever the reason may be, please let me know your questions down below. Email me if you have any questions. Plan on doing a commonly asked questions video, breaking down and answering questions that a lot of people ask prior to coming out to Naples. I plan on doing that in the month of January, maybe leaning towards February, but either way, that video is going to be coming up really soon. So if you have any questions, please leave them below down in the comment section. Email me. I will put all of my information in the description box. Contact me and I will try my best to answer that question in that upcoming video. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Happy New Year's, y'all. I'm shooting this literally the night of New Year's Eve, so I will see you all in the New Year's, y'all. I wish you all nothing but blessings, peace, and happiness. I'm so happy that you have tuned into my channel. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next video below.